Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube channel. And today we're going to discuss about ARM assembly codes. Prior to that, I would like to make you one point very clear that where students, those who are watching, have some clear idea about what is ARM processor and basic instructions that are present in the ARM instructions. Because today we are going with writing directly with the simple programs and trying to execute those programs using Keel Microvision 5 software. As a part of this, I hope you know little bit of basics on ARM processor as well as the instructions that are present in ARM processor. Here and there, I try to make the simple explanation about the instructions as well. But it is always better if you know the basics of those instructions at least. Myself, Kotresh Murali, working as assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication, SDM College of Engineering and Technology, Dharwad. In any case, if you have a sort of doubt in near future, you always feel free to contact me at kmurali18@gmail.com or kmurali@sdmcet.ac.in. The main objectives and outcomes are as follows. The objective of this session is to write a simple ARM assembly codes without and with using memory concept. The one of the main aim of this giving this session is, see, always we have very comfortable in reading the data, immediate data to the register and performing some arithmetic or logical operations within ALU and storing back to the result in registers. But the best way to best way of writing the any program is always fetching the data from the memory to the registers and make use of the arithmetic logic unit to perform any arithmetic operations or logical operations, whatever it is required. Either you go for addition, subtraction, division, or you find out the 2's complement or any arithmetic or logical operations you perform. Then later on you fetch the data from the memory and store the data or a result back to the memory. That is the good habit of writing any particular program. Either it is in terms of high level language or in terms of the assembly level language, both in both the cases. For which we try to write the we make use of ARM instructions to write simple programs by making use of memory concept and few of the programs without memory concepts. And we try to see the demonstration using Keel 5 Microvision Keel 5 as a demonstration. It's nothing but a simulation results what we can see. And outcomes. Here in case of outcome at the end of this lecture series, students, you will be able to write a simple ARM assembly program for any given mathematical expressions, first point. The second point is, as I told you, how to read the data or write the data to the memory or from the memory using and the demonstration using Keel 5. These are the list of programs that we try to go through in the entire these series. First program, wherein we try to write an assembly program for a simple mathematical expression y equal to a plus b plus c, and we try to see its simulation results using Keel. In later in case, here in this first example, we try to read the data input a, b, c directly to the registers. Later in case, we try to modify this program in such a way that we don't read directly, we make use of EQU directive to read the input A value, B value and C value. The third program is all about swapping of data from memory to memory. That is, in one of the address I have in two memory address I have two different datas. We try to swap those data from memory to memory concept. The fourth important is block transfer using suitable directives. Okay, the very simple concept is we have a very few data that is going to be present in one of the memory location. We try to transfer that particular memory location. We try to transfer those data to another memory location. It is as simple as that. See, to give a live example for block transfer is, assume that you have some data in your pen drive. You want to transfer those data from pen drive to your laptop. That is what I can call about transferring a block of data from one memory location to another memory location. Earlier your memory location was your USB. Your USB has some memory, which means that obviously it should have some address, and from that memory location you are trying to transfer that data to your laptop hardware. So again, your laptop will be consisting of a memory, and that is what the second memory locations. So that's again a very good example, real-time example, in order to give a very real-time example for block data transfer. And the third the fifth and last example of this series will be on we try to manipulate we try to execute one more mathematical expression, a plus b into c, wherein we try to read the data a, b and c from the memory itself, which means that obviously we try to make use of load and store instructions here to read the data a, b, c and manipulate the data, or else execute the expression and store the result in y, and once again the value of this will be stored back to the memory location, and that's we will use the load store instruction to perform such operations. We will see all the 5 examples along with the live demonstration using Keil 5 software. Coming to the first example, we have a simple mathematical expression ABC. We need to add these 3. Now what we do is we try to assign these input A, B, C. I'm sorry, it is not D. D is not present. Okay, just erase this here. We have a 3 inputs. Let me take a pointer here. Okay, highlighter. So let me erase this data here. Let me erase this data. D input is not present. So assign A, B, C to particular registers here. See, very simple is whenever you get inputs, you try to map to these inputs to the registers that are present in your processor. Here in ARM processor, we have R0 to R15 general purpose registers, wherein I cannot use R13, so R13 and R14 and R15, because R13 is used as a stack pointer and R14 is used as a link register and R15 is used as a program counter. Except these 3 registers, you can use any of the register from R0 to R12 to place your input data. Here in this case, we have chosen R1 to store data input A, R2 register to store a data input B, R3 register to store data input C. Similarly, the output Y is going to be stored in one of the register, that is R0. Now, let me perform addition operation between A and B, wherein we try to make use of where A is mapped to R1, hence R1 and R2 are to be added. So hence we will make use of add instruction. Add R1 and R2. The result is stored to R0. Once again, this result is supposed to be added with one more input, that is C. So R0 is consisting of addition of A and B. So I try to make use of a R0 register and then will make use of the R3 register. Once again, I perform the addition operation between those two. Finally, the result will be stored in my or not. So now this is that in a 2-line instruction we could able to perform a 3 input addition. Now we'll see how the complete implementable code can be written here. So wherein we try to make use of the assembler directives for assembly level language. Assembler directives are nothing but it gives the directions for my assembly program where the data has to be stored, and whether it is only read-only operations or read-write operation is happening. That is what the directions I should give to my assembler. Hence, I will be making use of suitable assembler directives here. So this is my hardcore program, the hardcore logic here. So that is addition of two numbers, a plus b in this case, and once again a plus b plus c in this case. Now but the thing is, I need to store a equal to 2. In the previous case they have given us to assume a equal to 2, b equal to 3 and c equal to 5. So let us assume that value. Since we have chosen R1 as A register, R2 for B, R3 as C. So I try to read the immediate data to the R1 register. So how do you read this immediate data? It is nothing but a data processing instruction I must use. One of the data processing instruction is move instruction. I'll make use of the move instruction to read the immediate value 2 to the register R1. Similarly, move R2 equal to immediate data 3, move R3 equal to immediate data 5. Then perform these two additions. That's a very simple example that what we trying to execute a mathematical expression y equal to a plus b plus c. Now for this we will see how to take this or how to write the same code using Keil software. Now we will move to the Keil software. So if you have any previously project that is that are open, now let me close this and I will show you. So here I have installed Keil 5. You can get into Keil website or RM website to download this freely available Keil Microvision 5. The only restriction is your code size should be limited within the 32 kilobytes. Except that you can explore all the things that are present in the Keil Microvision 5. It may take a few time. Be patient. Yeah. So the moment you open this project, here you will see these project window, and you can able to see this file, edit, view operation, project, etc, etc. If there is any previously open project, you just go project and close the project. If not, it's well and good. Now we'll try to see a simple example how we try to execute the simple program here. Go to project, say new project. Give the project name here. Let me take PRJ1 is already there, so PRJ2 I say. Then save the project. Now here comes a very important point, wherein since you are using Microvision 5, make sure that whenever you go with target selection, please select legacy database no RTE and search for your device. Either you can go for LPC2148 or else simple RM7. Either you can go for Little Indian or Big Indian. In one of the later example, I'll try to demonstrate how the Little Indian and Big Indian vary with respect to storage of my data into the memory. So let me, for right now, for my demonstration of that particular simple example that what we have taken, I'll choose Little Indian RM7, say OK. So my target has been created. Now I'll click on the source, right click, add new item to the source. So select on, see, since we are writing assembly program, so I should select ASM file. Now let me say that add underscore, we have a 3 input addition ABC, and I simply say that add underscore 3, add to the project. So now the project is the target is created, followed by the project is also the new file .asm file is also created. Now you are supposed to write the program. First, in the first line, this particular line you should leave the blank space, because the first space in here in the assembler directive, because as I told you, the assembler directive is one which gives, directive means giving the directions for my assembler. So my assembler directive is written in such a way that the first space is always reserved for label, and next is your assembler directives or the instructions, etc, etc. So I already have a program, or let me copy paste here. So this is where I try to leave some space, and this space is for label. So move R1 comma immediate data R2, immediate data 2, move R2 with immediate data 3, move R3 with immediate data 5, perform the addition between R1 and R2, store the result in R0, and again the perform addition between R0 and R3 register, store the result in R0 register. Here I should write this something like a while loop. So stop and B and stop, which means that when I say that stop, which is nothing but go to this address location. Where is this address location? And this address location here itself. See, you can continuously this will be running. So now end is the last entry. Whatever I write my program, that must be between entry and end directive. So all my program will be present, all my assembly instructions will be present from within entry and end. So this space, once again I repeat, this space is reserved for labeling or label, and this is what we always say, address location. So if you are familiar with 8085, first we try to write the address, then followed by the opcode. So that's where here we try to give this space for the label. Label is nothing but which is pointing to an address. Now after once you write the program, check for the syntax. So I think you should get an error here. Yeah, one error, which means just go through here. Stop is not defined. So here I wrote stop with a lowercase, and here my stop is with uppercase. Either which means that your label is case sensitive. Make sure that you use the proper alphabets. Once again I go for clearing this error. Build this, translate or build, which is nothing but try to convert into assembly level language code. Then once again target building, build the target. So no errors. So once again rebuild this. Okay, you don't have errors or warnings here. So directly I need to simulate this program to check the output. Go to debug session. Either you can go to debug and click here, or else you can make use of your keyboard shortcut Control F5, or else one more shortcut which is present in the toolbar. Click here, click OK. Yes, here you can able to see the all registers of my ARM processor running from R0 to R15. As I told you, R13 is the stack pointer, it is showing it as a SP, R14 is the link register, LR, R15 is a program counter, and CPSR, which is nothing but a current program status register, which indicates about your status of your flag. And you have a different mode in ARM processor, and whichever the highlighted is supervision mode. So right now we are in the supervision mode, okay. And now here disassembled code we call about, which means that the first, I told you this should be the address of what? Address of my instruction. So look at this, 0000 is my address of my first instruction, move R1 comma immediate data 0602. So here I wrote only 2, but since my register R1 and R2 R3 all are 32-bit registers, because ARM is a 32-bit architecture, ARM7, so hence my input automatically written in the form of 32-bit values. Now what about this? It is nothing but opcode of my move value, okay. So move opcode, here it is, then followed by address. Now you can concentrate here, program register. What is program register? Program counter. Program counter always store the address location of a current instruction that is going to be executed. So my pointer pointing to this address location, which means that my program counter address is 0x000000. So which consisting of my first instruction, move R1 comma immediate data 02. Now to execute this, either you can go for F5, which executes completely, and it will give you the direct answer, or else if you want to go for step-by-step instruction execution in terms of step-by-step, you always have an option this, or else F11. Now I'll click one by one. First step, now look at this. R1 is R1 got a content 02 immediate data. Now once again I press F11. Once again R2 is equal to 03 and R3 should be 05. Now R1 and R2 should be performed addition. R0 value should be R1 plus R2. That is, in this case R1 plus R2 is nothing but 2 plus 3, 5. So now look at this R0, it will be 5 now. See here. Now the last instruction, that is R0, should be once again added with R3, which means that 5 in the R0 and once again 5 with the immediate value. 5 plus 5 is 10 in assembly program decimal, but when it moved to since all these values will be stored in hexadecimal values, by default it will be A, not 10. Just see here. Oh, that's beautiful. Now R0 equal to A. So this is a very simple execution. You go for the next instruction execution here. So it will be it will complete its execution now. Now look at this program counter. The last program count, last execution is stop B stop. You can see here stop, and it address is 0x0014. Again it is coming back to stop 0x00. 014. So now program counter is also pointing to that particular instruction itself. So this is all about a simple mathematical equation, y is equals to a plus b plus c, we have seen in this session. I hope you learned how to use the ARM instructions to add 2 numbers or 3 numbers by reading immediate data, and you learned how to write the same using Keil Microvision 5 software, and how to see or verify your answers. Hope you have learned a fantastic thing. You could able to add 2 or 3 content by making use of the simple ARM instructions, and we'll come with the next session with a few more examples, and wait for those days. I'll come soon with the next lecture on this. Till that, enjoy the programming. If you have any doubts, please put a comment or give the doubt. If you have any doubt, post your doubts through my mail ID, as I already given you enjoy the programming, enjoy. Thank you one and all.